What's up, guys? Captain Planet reporting in. Just want to give a little fair warning. You might want to put your hats on fairly tight right now because it could get pretty real. I'm not being paid to talk and I don't rehearse this stuff, so you never know what's going to fly off my mouth. I do have a little bit of something though. It's written by somebody else. I want to start this with an old song. Come gather around people wherever you roam, and admit that the water around you has grown, and accept it that soon you'll be drenched to the bone. If your time to you is worth saving, then you better start swimming or you'll sink like a stone, for the times they are a-changing. Come senators, congressmen, please heed the call. Don't stand in the doorway, don't block up the hall, for he that gets hurt will be he that is stalled. The battle outside raging will soon shake your windows and rattle your walls, for the times they are a-changing. Little words by Bob Dylan. Now, Bob Dylan wrote this song because social problems had gotten so bad that it was the cause of a social war that he was trying to put a stop to. I'd like to address some real factors here, guys. Can any one of you name me one social problem that, when not asked enough questions, isn't an environmental problem? Seems to me like we're always addressing social issues but not environmental issues, when that's the real cause, no matter what social issue we're dealing with. Genocide in Africa, it's an environmental issue. Breast cancer rates in America going up so fast you think that's genetic? That's an environmental issue. People took quite a bit of note about me mentioning the farming instead of the big oil. Well, that algae bloom is because of the farming, not the big oil. And I know a little bit more about farming as a crop consultant than I do about big oil. But let me tell you guys something. People get a little bit too afraid to talk about big oil. I'm not one for fear, really. And the truth be told, we are afraid to talk about big oil. We're afraid to talk about the gas companies, all these things, because the power that they have. Power? What power? Power that we gave. Their power, they don't own big, huge tanks full of oil that they've already drilled out. Their power is in the money. The money is in their oil reserves, not what they've already pulled out of the earth. It's what they think they might have down there. So, maybe if there's some rules set in play where you can't just go out getting it all, what did we just do? If we just took their oil reserve rights and we just took what it stands for, then the stockholders don't support them with their money. If they don't have money, then they don't have power. This is all just a political marketing scheme, guys. We need to wake up a little bit. Environmental issues. That's the key right now, guys. Environmental issues. When people want to bring politics into this, as a scientist, I'm going to tell you how it looks. As a scientist, when you talk about blue versus red and Republican and Democrat, it sounds like two people standing in between Burger King and McDonald's arguing about who's eating a healthier salad. It's Burger King and McDonald's. Everybody knows you don't go there to get your salad. Personally, I'm sitting in my organic farm eating my own food that I grow. I know where it's been. We need to take the power back to the people. People talk a lot about ocean plastics, for example. Year 2050, we're expected to have more plastic in our ocean than fish. Does that not alarm you? Who poisons their children? That's the same year as scientists expect that coral reefs will be extinct. I don't think that. Why? Because I can see you guys care. That video that I posted has already had 170 shares on it. So it's obvious that people are all in, but people aren't all informed. That's what the Captain Planet Project is all about. Linking the real scientific information to real human beings that want to see a change. We need to get done arguing about who's eating the right salad from Burger King and McDonald's. There's more than just blue and red to pick from now, guys. Welcome to the Green Party. You're in it. This isn't a place or a thing. This is a movement. This is a revolution. And no, I'm not against the government. Only a fool would think that he could fix these problems without their help. People forgot we are the government. When Europeans came here, do you think they knew anything about bicameral legislature, checks and balances, or a democracy, Bill of Rights, or any of that stuff? No. No, they came from kings and queens. Those are Native American gifts. Don't look it up. That's something you can Google. Government writing a thank you letter to the Confederation of the Iroquois Nation for their input on the American government and its success. We've all forgot that it's our fault. I'm not putting blame on farmers. I'm not putting blame on big oil. I am a farmer. I put blame on myself. I'm a human being that has done human activity. Man, I didn't write the blueprints, but I'm trying to rewrite them. We need to understand these things. You did not see ocean plastic 20 years ago. Why? Because ocean plastic didn't exist. Plastic was a commodity. Plastic was used to fix things, like that little toaster with the breakaway parts. That toaster's $14 now. You can't take it down to Ted that fixes toasters to a living because he doesn't have that job anymore. Toasters aren't made to be fixed, they're made to be replaced. Isn't that convenient? So convenient that our oceans are piling up with them. We have lost pride in the product. We have influenced the world with an American business mindset where you just produce as fast as you can so some uneducated stockholders will come in with their money and you can retire and play golf. Well, check it out, dudes. I'm 34 and I don't like to golf. I have no plans of retiring anytime soon. We need to get to work. We need to stop offending each other long enough to get something done. If we want to fight tonight and argue tonight, cool. But together, today, let's work and get stuff done so we can argue tonight. I started it out with that song because while we've been bickering amongst ourselves as our own species, killing each other over who owns what tree, the tree just stands there and says, hey man, I didn't tell any of you guys you couldn't cut me down. Don't forget to breathe because I produce your oxygen. It's some common sense stuff, guys. While we have been bickering amongst each other on a war on terrorism, the earth declared war on terrorism. We're the terrorists, though. And I don't like how that sounds. I'm not going to raise my children like that. I'm not going to raise my grandchildren like that. We need to be thinking about the next 7 generations of not just Americans, but human beings across planet Earth. We are one people. We are one little nation. And as a scientist, I'll tell you, we're the new kids on the block. Humans haven't been around that long and we think we know everything, but we're creating our own extinction. We are losing species to extinction faster than when we lost the dinosaurs to extinction. That is evident in the fossil record. Only it's not some catastrophic event. It's because of human beings. We have scientifically proven that there has actually been about a 700 to 900 year increase on global warming. Humans didn't start global warming, it's natural. However, we have sped it up to be about 700 to 900 years faster than it should be. Wake up call, guys. We need to keep these parts per million of carbon below 380 parts per million in our atmosphere. We need to do a lot of things. But if we roll up our sleeves and work together, I can promise you that we can do this together, guys. We can do this as a world. How do I know this? I've already watched it happen. You guys remember Save the Ozone Layer? How much do you hear about that anymore? You don't hear about it because it's not a problem anymore. We came together in the 90s as a world and made CFCs illegal in refrigeration and hairsprays and anything else. That was because a few thousand scientists warned you that you're killing the planet. You couldn't even see the ozone layer and you believed us. Take a look around, guys. You don't need to believe me. You can see it. I don't need to convince anyone on that. So let us not forget in our own wars that Earth's declared a war against us. And I think it's just a little plea to, hey, I just want to remind you guys that you're a part of me and not the other way around. Keep your chin ups, guys. We're here.